Hello, guys, and welcome to the AEW Revolution's prediction show. I have two wonderful guests today from all walks of my wrestling career. We have Mike, aka Mr. Prpl TV, and Mr. Joseph from the Late Night Grin. Mike and Joseph, how are you guys doing today?
Very good.
Jaychele, that was a double intro. You should have thrown it to either Mike or myself specifically, and then we could have answered. Instead, I had to let Mike go because I didn't want to step on him there. But, other than that, I'm great. You can edit this, so I assume that'll be quickly, you can kind of do a voiceover insert on that. But other than that, I'm great, My name says professional wrestling is dead. We'll get into that. So, yeah, happy to be here.
Oh my God, you don't sound very happy right now. You sound very spiteful and hateful.
It happens, you know that, right? We have our moments here in the Grin verse, as they call it. But yeah, it'll be okay.
Who calls it that?
I just did. I just called it that. What do you want from me?
I love how I ask, how are you? Like we didn't sit here for like 10 minutes already just talking. But whatever. Moving on. That's how it always is, right?
Yeah. Well, I didn't really get a chance to say anything because my internet was so bad. So this is brand new to me. How are you guys? It's a great evening here.
God. We sat here for 10 minutes talking. Yes, Joe spent 10 minutes trying to not have lag while he was on the camera.
Joe was also late by my standards, so there's that as well.
Your standards are not really they are not the normal proceedings for a wrestling podcast.
How many shows have you done with me, Joe?
Enough to know, yeah.
Yeah, I come very early.
I was at the cinema, Okay. I walked out of the cinema and there was a siren going off. They said they wanted to evacuate. I was quite alarmed for it. I thought I left The Godfather 2 and I thought I had a hit out on me. I was very concerned. But anyway, let's get to Revolution. Enough.
Who issued the hit?
I don't know. Confirmed shoot. Last night got a little bit
Chris
hit.
Jericho. Chris Jericho.
Maybe. We'll talk about him later.
Yes, but let's start. Oh, Jericho, I know. Oh, good Lord.
We'll
talk about Jericho.
Yeah, we technically do have to, don't we?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Let's start with the Revolution buy-in and this very horrible graphic, but the only one that I could find. We have Hook, the handsome devil, taking on the one and only QT Marshall.
The one and only?
Yeah, he's the one and only. Who else do you know that's named QT Marshall?
The one and only person who still wears bowling shirts.
Fair. Good Lord. Okay. Mike, who do you have in this match? I think we all will have the same person, but, we have to do it.
QT Marshall's going to squash Hook. Now, of course, Hook's going to fucking stretch this man like pizza dough.
My God, that's graphic. True. The big question here is how long does this thing go? Right?
Shouldn't go more than 5 minutes.
My guess is 5.
I want to see Hook actually take some bumps though. Like I would love to
not from
see
QT
him
though.
No, but like I don't know, like QT's his trainer, like Sensei should at least get to toss the student around a couple of times before getting choked out.
Yeah, I think they're going to somehow, QT's going to cut him off at some point with some sort of, maybe it's an eye poke or something like that. And he'll get some heat on Hook, I think. Look, we all laugh at QT, and I get it, but, they probably trust him to, give Hook a little bit of a match. I'm guessing around 5 minutes, but the result is, academic Hook. And, it'll be interesting how Hook's handled this year because he's over huge, but he's as we just laid out, he hasn't had a real match yet. So we'll see. It'll be interesting.
He is also 21 or 22. Yeah. So he's right in that category with Dante Martin and Daniel Garcia, and they all have time and trying to balance when to promote them and when to keep them in their positions now and all of that good stuff. But also, Team Taz is going through some stuff now, so we'll see how Hook plays into that. I'd like to see Hook start to get involved in Team Taz feuds more. But that's also because I just love Ricky Starks.
I like what they're doing with him right now, like just slowly and steadily and on occasion feeding him names that but no one that you're gonna expect to be like, oh, this guy's gonna beat Hook. But
right,
yeah,
they haven't actually done many local names for Hook, right? It's usually, as you said, it's been people on the roster, right?
Yeah, like Fuego, Serpentico, Aaron Solo, it's all guys who win and mostly still lose on Dark. So it's
Yeah, he did.
But like, that's logically a good place for Hook to
Yes.
start, though. Where like but now QT is actually a name in AEW as opposed to no offense, Serpentico, but like
yeah. To put it this way, QT once had a 12-minute match with CM Punk.
Yeah.
Moving on.
He did.
Lord. Hook is my prediction as well. Layla Hirsch versus Chris Statlander on the buy-in.
Do I go? Is that my cue?
If you want to.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah. I'm used to, Jaychele, I've been on Fightful, so I'm used to people being like, Joe, they throw it to me and I kind of, I come into action, I dive into the analysis there. So
freeform jazz, baby.
Yeah, I just,
oh my
it's
God.
difficult for me. I guess the way it is like when you've worked, WWE and WrestleMania and stuff, and then you go to the independents, it's difficult sometimes, Jaychele, that's all. They want to call it out there in the ring.
What the fuck?
But,
Joseph.
Yeah, what happened?
I'm going to find you. This is my channel.
I know, but I'm just, look, I feel it's important that I still, just try to
maintain some sort of dominance.
Yeah, we'll sit on. That was not the right phrasing. Don't do that. No. What did you ask me? Oh yes. This is going to be the best women's match of the night. Is my take, my sports radio take for this program. I think both women are awesome. I think Layla's going to win via cheating of some form or fashion, setting up the big grudge match, rubber match, stipulation deal. I think it's going to be damn good. Hopefully it gets around 10. I don't even get, 8's fine, whatever, but hopefully it gets some time. Hopefully the crowd's fired up and ready because it will be early in the show. It's the buy-in, but I think Layla's winning in a very good professional wrestling match, Jaychele.
I would agree. Mr. Prpl?
I agree. Yeah. No, Layla could use like a win over a name like Chris too. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I think we get the final match. I think Chris wins that. But still Layla is elevated regardless. I hope they capitalize on this momentum that they're giving her here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's talk about my least favorite match on this card. Fucking House of Black lore shit taking on Death Triangle with fucking Eric Redbeard.
That was my cue again, wasn't it? There you go.
I said your name.
Yeah. It's difficult. It's difficult.
Good Lord.
I'll be honest. I think they've done some stuff on TV that, and I don't usually do this. Jaychele, I very rarely do these comparisons, but I'm going to say it. This is a paywall anyway, right? And it's edited. They've done some stuff in this program that if it was on the other channel, would have been violently dunked on. And it's kind of gone under the radar. I'm not referencing anyone in particular that's been dressed up like a... Anyway, enough of that. Buddy Matthews is going to pin Eric Redbeard, who is apparently in this match, from what I've told.
Wow.
I've heard he's in this one.
How did we get here with him?
I don't know. It's fucking hilarious, though. When his name came on the screen, I roared with laughter. It's one of the funniest things they've ever done. It's one of the most total non-stop action segments they've ever booked in their history.
Who would you have preferred it to be?
If I gave you my honest answer, it would be very insulting to Eric Redbeard, so I'm not going to.
Who's your answer?
Just about anyone that isn't a sex pest. Eric's not. So I'm saying on that list, if you compiled a list of independent professional wrestlers that are not sex pests, Eric probably would have been at the bottom of that. But that's still better.
What if they put Jonathan Gresham in this spot? How mad would you be?
Well, if they introduced him as a monster, I'd find it funny because he'd have probably wrestled with the octopus thing on. And they'd have probably made that like his gimmick,
Good
He'd have just been the octopus. And he just goes out there and fucking stretches the guy. That'd be good. Good idea.
Like pizza dough. Yeah, Mike, throw to you.
Death Triangle's gonna probably lose.
Yeah.
I feel like House of Black seems like, we should do something with them. Look at all these cool guys that just came here to join Malachi Black. So,
yeah.
But I don't know, the whole Penta thing, maybe give him a win with that. Well, he's still there because he did totally lose his debut with the Penta thing. But probably I'm seeing House of Black.
The house always wins.
I like this. Okay, so I don't want to say I like this. I don't hate it as much as I thought I originally was when I first saw it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not something that I'd be like, let's do a ton of this all the time.
Yeah.
But
in my opinion, fuck the lore.
I don't want to see it go on for very long.
You know what I like is when people tweet like, this sucks, and everyone quote tweets with, hey man, have fun in your professional wrestling, and then you click on their timeline and they do a live tweet of Raw and talk about how mad they get during it. That's what I think is really fun. I think that's fun. The Alex Abrahantes stuff is like, people need to have conversations,
Yeah.
I normally like Alex. I like when he does the entrances and he hypes up. But like this, brother, it's not Halloween, brother.
It's embarrassing. Let's
Cut
be honest.
the gimmick.
Yeah.
Let's talk about something I like. Jade Cargill is taking on Ty Conti for the TBS Championship, even though Mark Sterling made her look stupid. I think we all share the same predictions here, but
yes.
Are you at least excited to see the match? Do you think it'll be decent?
It's going to either be the second or the third best women's match on the show.
I think the way that I've framed this elsewhere is it could fall apart and be a borderline disaster, or if it's well agented, it could be a blast because Ty, she throws bombs in there, and Jade's a powerhouse. So if they go in there and just trade their coolest shit for 6 minutes, I think it could rule.
I think that's what they need to do. I don't think you have Ty. I mean, if Ty can land the moonsault, go ahead, have her do it. No, if she can land it, let's
not risk it.
She did it good when she had Britt, so I feel like if she's been training enough, let her do it. Let her go for it. Jade, just do the fucking Eye of the Storm shit with her. She's small. Fling that.
Tour of the islands. Yeah, just swing her around.
She called her the Eye of the Storm, so that's what I'm gonna go with.
Oh, that's what she's calling it? I did not know she had a name for it.
It was on Twitter.
Swing the bitch should have been what she called it.
Yeah.
She's that bitch. Fling the bitch. There you go. Perfect. They love to use bitch. Ty calls herself bitch. Calls Jade bitch.
That segment.
You can't have a women's wrestling angle without everyone just calling each other a bitch. It's
factual.
Women don't know how else to be confrontational in the wrestling world. That's the only way they can argue.
I'd have left that for Jaychele to say, but it's it's pre-tape, so it's fair. Brave call. I appreciate it.
I'm sorry.
Dude, go for it.
You're right.
I feel so it's so annoying watching. I'm like,
yeah. It's like you roll your eyes, right?
Bianca does good.
How funny was it the way that Anna Jay walked into their pre-tape on Rampage? The way she sort of she appeared, like it was a bad soap opera. Really,
I love Anna.
Me too, but she's kind of awkward, right?
Yeah, she's very pretty though. I sent a picture of her to my boyfriend, and I said, "I love woman" in all capital letters.
And he said, "Me too."
His actual response was, "I know, honey," and that was
wow.
Speaking of Anna, though, her and Jade actually had probably the best match that Jade had. Yes. So if Ty and Jade can
speak on my theory?
Yeah,
go ahead.
They trained together at the Nightmare Factory. I don't know if Jade and Ty have been able to train together there, but I think that they had done that match multiple times over. So when they got on the screen, they were like, "Oh, it has to be good." So that's better be what's happening with Ty.
Yeah. That's a really good theory, and I hope that's actually exactly how it goes down. That would be fun because that was sickest match Jade's had for sure.
Sometimes I have a smart wrestling brain.
We can all agree
that's
it's good that this belt is featured on the pay-per-view, and I know that sounds like I'm doing the really rewarding them for doing the bare minimum, but I think Jaychele and I definitely talked about this at some point. I think we all at one point or another was like, I know that TBS title is going to be on the pay-per-view, and it's here, and it's a match that has some intrigue because Ty is popular, right? And Hopefully it's good.
Everybody loves Jade.
Yeah, and like credit Jade because she does she's putting in the work. It's not like she's like, okay, well, I look like I'll kill people, so that's good enough.
Yeah, she's getting there, man. You can see that her confidence is really, you can see it climbing too. It's good.
For sure.
Let's talk about another match I'm not interested in. Tornado Trios match. Matt Hardy, Andrade El Idolo, and Isaiah Cassidy versus Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, and Sting. Joseph.
Yes. Great
your
feed.
Turn.
That was a great feed. Energy. He was quick, decisive. Yeah, I'm with you on this. This kind of feels like a little bit of, kind of a filler deal. I mean, it has Sting in it, so the crowd will be into it.
God bless.
The big thing for me here is just seeing Andrade and Sting interact all. That sounds fun, Hopefully Andrade doesn't hit him too hard. That would probably be bad. But I think, Sting, Darby, Sammy, they're gonna win this one. Matt's gonna either take the fall and get kicked out, or maybe even more likely, he will do some more erratic behavior and leave an Isaiah Cassidy to get pinned. My guess is, ready? This is a bonus, Jay. Should increase my pay for this one, all right? My guess, Matt gets pinned tomorrow night or today, whenever this is aired. And then they put a tweet out on Monday or Tuesday being like, Matt Hardy wants to prove himself to the AHFOs. He has challenged Darby Allin to a singles match on Dynamite. And then Jaychele quote tweets it with, what the fuck is this? I don't want to see Matt Hardy wrestle on TBS. And then I reply with hey, Jaychele, it's just to set up an angle because Jeff Hardy's coming in. And then that happens. So that's what's going to happen this next week. I just mapped out there.
I don't think that's a wild prediction at all, Joe.
There you go.
I don't even need to give mine.
Fair.
Yeah, no, Matt Hardy. Yeah, Matt Hardy's either taking the pin or Isaiah Cassidy is taking the pin at the erratic behavior of Matt Hardy. It's one or the other. Sting's probably pinning Isaiah Cassidy if I had to guess. Because it's Sting.
Fair. I'm very excited that Andrade's finally having those matches we were expecting him to have when he debuted. That triple threat last night, as we're recording this, will probably go up on Patreon tonight, actually, was really, really good. And I'm very proud of what he was able to do in that match. He was a shining star there. So I hope he can do more stuff like that with this trios match.
What time are you uploading this, Jaychele?
Probably as soon as I finish editing. So probably 9 o'clock.
In that case, I want to congratulate the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, on becoming the WWE Heavyweight Champion, slaying Brock Lesnar in an immense 4-minute sprint, in which he kicked out of 7 F5s, hitting the crossroads for the sudden victory. Just wanted to make it topical,
Why are you like this?
Do you remember I pitched that to you, by the way? Do you remember the free agents?
Okay. We're moving on. No.
Did you pitch it to happen at a house show?
Well, I said MSG, and Jaychele said, no way. I said, MSG is a big deal. Way. I said, it's a big deal, Jaychele, but, if you don't listen, it's always fine.
Yeah. Triple threat tag match. Good Lord. I'm going to fuck this one up, too. Red Dragon versus Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, a.k.a. Jurassic Express, a.k.a. Lucha Express, a.k.a. AEW World Tag Team Champions, versus the Young Bucks. Do you give a fuck about this match, and who do you think's going to win? Mike.
I give a fuck about it in the sense that I know it'll be a good one to watch.
Fair.
Do I think that anyone other than Jurassic Express is going to actually win the match? Probably not. Like the Young Bucks and Red Dragon are just going to fuck each other over out of winning the titles.
I thought you were going to say they're going to fuck each other.
He is on pay-per-view.
Lord.
I think Mike nailed it. I think this is a little one interesting because everyone in the world knows where the Red Dragon Bucks thing is headed. And it's just kind of can you just fight each other? No, they're not even friends. It's so obvious. And Jurassic Express as tag champs are kind of lamed up for me. So I'm looking forward to the next era. That's what we call them in the business. Era for the tag team titles.
Kayfabe is dead, but you don't have to piss on its grave, Joe.
I didn't feel too good about that line. I ain't gonna lie. I love that's my guy. But when he said that, I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know if SR would have done that, but God bless him. I said Kingston. Anyway, Jurassic Express. That was my prediction.
Jurassic Express is my prediction as well. I think they're sitting ducks until either House of Black or Santana Ortiz take the titles. Either one.
Mm-hmm.
I only care about one of those groups. Moving on.
House of Black.
It is not. Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson. And I'm guessing Joe is going to want to give an extra prediction here, so you're going to go second, okay?
Okay. Thank you, Jaychele.
Yep. Mike.
This one's like actually coin flippy to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because okay, well, does Moxley win and respect Danielson for giving him the battle? And then he's like, all right, let's go train all the kids now that I beat your ass. Does Moxley win and say no? Does Danielson win and then say the same thing? I'm going to just say Moxley because he's, probably is due to win a big match since being back.
Fair.
Instead of just working through like Bowens and Ethan Page on Rampage, So I'd like, I Moxley just because he needs a win. I like a bigger win.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. It may be the hardest match to pick on Revolution. Jaychele knows where I'm going here. I think Bryan wins and the finish will reveal the first member of Dragon's Dojo, whatever the hell we're calling this thing. I'm not trying to insult Jaychele, but I'm going to be honest. The less exciting option is Daniel Garcia, which is still cool, but it's less exciting. And my prediction now for a couple of weeks, I'm bullish on it, is Claudio. Cesaro, he's the finish here. Run in, boom, boom, boom. He's the number, he's the second in command here for the new faction of Bryan Danielson. I think that's the perfect role for him. And then you build to, as I tweeted, that got engagement and shocked Jaychele and I very much. Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston versus Claudio and Danielson. And you do 4 million viewers on TBS.
4.
Probably be like 950. I would enjoy it,
God bless.
Yeah.
My pick for this match, I have Danielson. Oh wow, I don't know why my voice sounds like that. I'm having my fingers crossed for a Gresham debut here. I know it's probably not likely, but the Ring of Honor stuff gives me hope. So if they want to do something big, bring in Gresh, help Danielson, or bring in Gresh, help Mox, screw Danielson, have match. Yeah, either one. Did I just glitch a lot as I did that? That's great.
Yeah.
That makes me better. That's
so
funny.
much so that I thought my internet had gone again, and I was very concerned. So,
No.
Next match, I don't have the updated graphic for this, but we're gonna have to roll with it. We have the face of the Revolution ladder match: Wardlow, Keith Lee, Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricky Starks, not pictured here, Orange Cassidy, and Christian Cage. Winner gets a shot at the TNT Championship on the March 16th edition of Dynamite. Let's say first if you think there's going to be a surprise or not. If so, who is it going to be? Second, your prediction. Let's do that way. Joseph.
Okay. I don't think there's going to be a surprise.
Fuck off.
I think there was intended to be one and stuff has changed. There are a lot of moving pieces here because Scorpio Sky is getting a shot at that TNT title, right?
Do you think he's winning?
Yes, I do.
For real?
Yes, I do. I actually think it would border on insane to not have him win after doing this long of a story of him being like off TV as a ducked contender. Him just losing would be insane to me. So
I really don't want to see that. Sorry.
I think he's winning. And then my question becomes, so then who do I, if I've got the pencil, which babyface do I use here against Scorpio? Because I don't want him to lose the belt in a week, right? I think Christian Cage is going to win, and that's why. Scorpio can beat Christian Cage, and then that can be Christian's fuel for eventually turning on Jurassic Express. They wasn't there for him the way he was there for them. You get screwed by Dan Lambert and Ethan Page. Numbers game gets him while the dinosaur's off doing whatever he does in his spare time. That's what I think's going to happen. I think Keith is headed to a Team Taz program. Orange is Orange, right? He could win it, but I don't expect it necessarily. And who else? Who am I again? Who else is this?
Wardlow.
Oh yeah, and good God, look at this. And I said I was the professional around here. I think Wardlow has enough business going on. You could equally do Wardlow, Scorpio, and Sean Spears costs him. So he's definitely 1 for 2, but I'm going to go Christian. There you go.
Mike?
That's a lot to take in because I didn't think about any of those possibilities, really.
Just ignore him and go with what you already had in mind.
Oh, I know, but I love the theory crafting.
Yeah, well, but, the big bucks and all that stuff. Jaychele, how much are we getting paid for this show again? Is this a 6-figure?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I should predict a winner for this one, eh?
I guess.
He's from Canada. He's from Canada. That's why he said the A.
Wow, 3 nationalities here.
Yeah.
How exciting! What a great show it is you run around here, Jaychele. This is good stuff.
International content.
Yeah, right. It's like a World Cup of wrestling predictions.
The Owen Hart tournament.
Yeah.
That's it.
Sorry.
I'm stoked for the Owen.
I'm not. Do you see how short it's supposed to be? That's not the point of this show.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, I don't want to talk about that.
Yep. Let's talk about this ladder match.
This match that I don't really know. Like I'm leaning on they're probably just gonna do a 7th dude, and they're just not talking about it because everyone's just gonna assume it's Swerve if they announce it anyway. So let's just make people think it's not happening and then just bring them out anyway.
Fair.
Why not? Doesn't matter. I think Wardlow is gonna win this.
You and me are right in the same boat here. My original pick was Keith Lee, but he got too much going on with Team Taz, and there's 2 members of Team Taz that'll take him out. So I'm gonna go Wardlow here. I don't think Wardlow wins the title, so I don't know how you do that. I think you save that title for Swerve when he comes in. Swerve wins an open challenge. Scorpio should lose because I don't want to see Scorpio with the title.
Why?
I think Sammy versus Swerve is an insane open challenge match.
I'm not a Scorpio fan.
I do fear slightly for Scorpio Sky as TNC champ because I don't think he's been positioned, in a way to get over in the way necessary. But I do equally think him just losing this match would be nuts. So it's difficult. I don't know. It's interesting. It'll be exciting to see what happens. I mean, the match itself will probably be way too long, and I'll get really mad during it. But I'll pretend it was good afterwards.
I just don't think but even out of Men of the Year, I feel like Ethan Page is more over than Scorpio Sky is.
He is. Yeah, he is.
He got the vlog.
And that's not even me saying that because I'm from fucking Hamilton. That's just also.
No, you're right. You're right. I know. I'm higher on Ethan, but it's just I can't imagine telling this story without some sort of end game. It's
Well, I feel like the end game now is just Paige Van Zandt. Is she somehow became the end game to the whole fucking Men of the Year story.
I'm so excited for that.
Which,
I love Paige.
Yeah.
Did you like my dance?
That was a little aggressive.
If I can lend to my theory on why I think Wardlow ends up winning the ladder match, it's basically just not to give away a prediction of mine for later, but I think one Pinnacle member succeeds and one does not. And it goes back to Wardlow always being too busy helping MJF winning his matches. So Wardlow actually wins one for a change.
Yep.
And he's not there to help MJF win a dog collar match later in the night.
That's a very good prediction. Very good.
Let's talk about the match I am either most looking forward to or will be most disappointed by. Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa for the AEW Women's World Championship. I know. Joseph's probably going to say something that's going to make me really upset. So you're going to go first.
When you say, hang on. When you say you, is that me or is that Mike? Because that could have been.
Okay. I was just talking about you. So you.
I know, but I didn't, because I was looking like this. I didn't know if you pointed.
The way I heard it is Joe's going to upset you so much that you want me to go first because you're you just don't want to hear what he's got to what he has to say.
No, we're going to get it out the way.
Okay, that's fine.
Rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah. It's just a matter of clarity. That's all. We're working this out here. I'm really worried about this match. Their portion of interaction in that tag match on Dynamite was looked like they'd never met before, so that was interesting. These, I think Thunder Rosa is awesome. I do think she's working hurt. I think that our friend, God bless him, the way that he writes confused people very much in terms of what he was saying. Because I think people read it as she got injured in the match rather than she was injured in that match, which is Dave being Dave. So I get the sense she's wearing her stuff looks a little, I don't know, God bless her. My guess, unfortunately, Jaychele, you're correct. I'm going to make you mad here, or upset at least. I think she's winning the belt in San Antonio, which is like 10 days away, I guess, whatever it is. It sure feels like Britt's winning at the pay-per-view. This whole build has been so disappointing. This is the biggest women's match they have.
The show in San Antonio is the New Year's Smash show that they had the lights out match at last year.
Yeah.
And it's in Thunder Rosa's hometown.
The St. Patrick's Slam thing.
Yeah,
I think it'll
exactly.
I think it'll be a cage match.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. You only needed one of the two of us, basically, for everything but the ladder match.
Did I steal your shit there? Did I just steal your shit there?
That's my whole prediction for that. Like, the only thing that like makes me think that Thunder Rosa wins is that AEW does tend to not book things the way that we're like conditioned to them being booked as, but everything feels so perfectly lined up for that whole San Antonio thing. Plus, at the end of the day, if I'm Thunder Rosa, do I want to win it at the pay-per-view or would I love to win it in like my hometown?
I'm gonna say Rosa wins at the pay-per-view, has a celebration in her hometown. And that's what I'm gonna go with, just because I don't want to see two matches out of this right now. I don't think I can mentally do that. I can't. I need this feud wrapped up. I'm tired of Britt. I hope she goes away after she loses the championship. Take some time off.
This feud just feels like it deserves better than just a like straight up singles match to blow it off for all that went into it.
Yeah.
It's just the only thing. Like, it's the only thing that I'm just like, yeah. Like, if Rosa wins tomorrow, like, cool. That's super awesome. But fireworks, like, not exploding barbed wire death match.
All of her pay-per-view programs have been like this, by the way. Like, Britt, I like the match with Statlander, but they had no build. Cont match had no build, and then this, which was supposed to be the big one, has had like it's been disappointing. It's plain and simple. It has been. We can point fingers at who's to blame for that, and I think Jaychele and I especially could have a pretty good go of doing that in this case. But in reality, there's something systematically up here with the way they book this division, because this is not how it's supposed to be for pay-per-view programs. But what do I know, right?
Let's move on, because otherwise I'll get in trouble for saying things I shouldn't.
You didn't answer that question I had about what do I know. I was hoping you were going to just be like, a lot, Joe. You're a valued member of the Jaychele Nicole team.
I guess. I don't know what you want from me.
I just, I'm filling out here. It's a pre-tape show. I don't do these often. You know me, I'm live. Studio audience. It's different. It's different. It's just different. I'm just adjusting. Give me some time.
Hollywood Joe.
There you go.
Good Lord. CM Punk versus MJF in a fucking dog collar match. Joe.
Can't wait. Cannot wait. You talk about selling a ticket with the program, with the promos. CM Punk is back. I think he's been great the whole time in AEW, but man, he feels like he's at the peak of his powers right now. The angle they shot on Wednesday was about as good as wrestling gets. CM Punk is going to win. It's a matter of, does he win emphatically with his finish, or does Wardlow factor into this? I'm going to go with the former. I think Punk might just win this one. Punk's got beaten up an awful lot in this build, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what, that's getting heat. And I just think it's been great. I think it's the best program they've ever done. And I think it'll be remembered for a long time as a major moment in old Maxwell's career. It's like the Raven feud for Punk, but like, God bless Raven.
Did you see me roll my eyes?
No, I don't know if you noticed, but I look away when I analyze. I like to look away because it gives me a sense that I'm looking at the bigger picture. There's a bit of advice there for you. So, like, when we're doing this, I'll be like, and then I'll kind of, because I'm looking ahead.
Mike, do you want to go?
Too. Like, it's same. CM Punk is winning for me. I mentioned it with my ladder match prediction. I think the reason Wardlow's not going to be there to help CM Punk or help MJF win is going to be because he's actually taking the time to win one of his own matches for a change.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, MJF's going to get beat by CM Punk. I think CM Punk will have to make his way through a couple of Pinnacle members while he's at it too. But he also, going back to Wednesday, I do believe CM Punk will walk MJF around the ring like a dog at some point during this match, and I can't fucking wait to see that happen.
I have news to break on the world famous Jaychele Nicole show.
Okay.
This is live from Control Your Narrative.
No.
I promise you this is worth it. Compares are announced as blank enters the narrative. That's what they're introduced as. And winners are announced as. So if you won a match, you control your narrative. What I thought that is, Jaychele. It would be Jaychele Nicole has controlled her narrative. That's the way they announced the winner of the match. That fucking rules.
When is this show happening? Is that tonight?
No. We don't give that. Not on my show.
Oh
no.
How funny is that though? Seriously, how funny?
I don't want to go. Like, I don't want to open Twitter now because I gotta
Dallas. Everything else. Nope.
That's all I'm gonna see if I open that thing tonight is just people talking about this fucking thing that I give absolutely this many fucks about.
I can't wait to hear Adam Scherer has controlled his narrative.
No. Back to the show.
The Titan has control.
There you go.
Back to the show.
Yes. Sorry, Jaychele.
Oh, fuck.
My God. Punk versus MJF. My prediction is CM Punk. I don't think I'm invested in this match as much as other people are. I feel like that's more of a personal thing for me. I told Joe on another show that I like my wrestling with wrestling, and there was a little bit too much promo stuff at the beginning for me. But I like the blood.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna get a lot of that.
Gonna be a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, do you see what's at the bottom of the screen?
Yeah, I saw. I don't sell that stuff. I'm a pro. Can't shake me on that stuff.
Next up, we have Eddie Kingston taking on Chris Jericho. Joe, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I want to talk about this action figure. You see this Eddie Kingston action figure?
Yeah.
I'm so mad.
Why?
I was in public. As I said, I was headed to the cinema, and I just.
Oh my God, you in the cinema?
I was so mad. Why? Why does he look like Bully Ray? I don't understand what they did. That's why I said professional wrestling is dead. This is genuinely, this is an interesting one. Because my initial read on this was that Jericho was going to cheat to win because he knew he couldn't beat Kingston. That was the point, right? Was that he was going to effectively turn on the finish.
Yeah.
The more they've done the build, I do get the sense there is a chance that Kingston just beats him. And the turn is, in fact, that on Wednesday, rather than giving Eddie his respect as promised, Chris loses his mind.
Like goes that more.
Full crazy, old rock star guy. I'm going to stick to my guns on the first prediction, but I agree with you, Jaychele, that the second one is maybe more compelling. I think they're going to really get a lot of they're going to make you wait for Eddie to beat Chris. Do I think that's a mistake? Maybe. I really do think there's something to be said for the second option there, but I've said it all along, so I'll take Jericho reluctantly. I think we all know that in the end Eddie will win, but match one, I'm going to take Jericho, I think.
Mike.
I've spent so long driving home the Eddie Kingston can't win the big one.
Yeah.
Eddie's going to win the big one. I'm going to buy in on it. Eddie's going to,
I hope so.
Also, Eddie's lost so many big ones that, please, please, this is just me as a human saying, let Eddie Kingston win a big match. Fuck.
The fuck? I can't.
Yeah.
Can we not book Eddie Kingston to just win a big match?
Yeah, I guess we're going to find out in about 24 hours. Do you guys agree that if King's winning, they should just have Eddie just like beat him completely flat in the middle of the ring? Jericho can't even come to grips with it. He's like, what?
Yeah.
He pinned you, man. He pinned you with a spinning back fist still. It's fun. Jaychele, what do you think? You're a big fan of Chris Jericho. I'm sorry. That was spiteful.
Yeah, Chris Jericho's now blocked me, so we're going to celebrate that. Everybody clap. Mike, you're not clapping. Okay, thank you. I hope that Kingston wins here. If Jericho wins, I might explode on my timeline. I'm interested to see how Santana and Ortiz come into play in this match. You know, they just did the fist bump thing and everything. I hope they don't fuck that up. I will also, once again, lose my shit on the timeline. So if Kingston doesn't win here, that's like what, his 5th pay-per-view loss in a row.
I think it's like 6th, which is nuts.
There's a Full Gear Moxley, Double or Revolution. Who do you wrestle?
It's 5 because he didn't wrestle.
He didn't wrestle Revolution. Double or Nothing. Yeah, they lost the tag match.
Revolution was the biggest sell of all because he had to sell that fucking pyro. So that was worse, really.
Honestly, his promo the week after is the only thing that fucking came close to redeeming that shit, though.
Yeah, they got so lucky it was Mox and him that was in that position.
Oh, yeah.
So lucky.
I wasn't even a fan when that happened.
My God, what do you mean?
I started watching a Double or Nothing.
Like AEW, you mean?
Yeah.
So was you watching WWE that time instead?
Yeah. Liquor. I know.
Yeah, that's fine. Honestly, I've gone so far with that stuff now that like I almost respect the WWF bootlickers, you know? Like they're so ballsy, God bless them. They go out there and they fucking hustle, man. They sit there during Raw and they get mad at people that don't like the show. They're brave, you know? Soldiers.
They even hate watch through 3 hours of AEW every week.
Yeah.
Just to clip like the one time somebody fucking rolls an ankle on the apron or something.
The only thing I resent them for is pretending that Adam Cole doesn't wrestle enough, and I literally have to watch him wrestle on every single Rampage or Dynamite. Like that's the one. If they just stop doing that, I'd respect it, man. It's a grind, you know.
Here's my pitch to everybody: is watch the shit that you like to watch, and then just don't watch the shit that you don't want to watch.
Yeah, and
then also just don't talk about it. You know, like poke the odd joke here and there. It's fun every now and then. You know, especially when like just ridiculous business decisions are made.
We now have Hangman Adam Page taking on Adam Cole in the main event for the AEW World Championship. Joe, we know what your decision is. Mike, we'll start with you.
Hangman Page. Everyone seems to get like, a pay-per-view defense in. So he's at least going to get this one for sure. Plus, I feel like, we're going to get Kenny back soon and maybe get some like trio titles or some shit happening soon, which would be nice. Tony Khan did kind of reference them the other day. So it's probably more of a serious thought than just like an up in the air discussion. And it's like an inevitable thing that they're really just actually waiting for Kenny at this point.
Yep.
So rather than tie Cole up with a world title run right now, there's other guys you can send in. You can send Hangman's way still going forward that should probably happen too anyway. So.
My big question for this one, guys? I wonder if they're going to cancel the match after 50,000 television viewers turned off when Adam Cole came out for the main event of AEW Dynamite live on TBS. Sources say that the ratings were so disappointing that Tony Khan has considered just switching Adam Cole out for Buddy Matthews, which I would encourage him to do. If the match takes place, I assume that people will be very loud when Adam Cole does that thing where he points at himself. And also the thing where he says his own name plus Bebe as an extension of that. And then they will have a 35-minute professional wrestling match. At one point, Adam Cole will grab a headlock and he will look in the direction of the camera and say something like he can't hang or something like that. And Jim Ross will talk about how cocky he is. They'll then go into about 15 different finishes. Adam Cole will be very surprised that all the moves that he usually doesn't win with still don't win. And Hangman will win with the buckshot lariat. And I will tweet that it was good after stopping watching at about 15 minutes. Hangman is great. He is not great enough to make me care about this. If he loses, my name there will be more true than it's ever been before. That's what I'm going to say. Jaychele, back to you.
I have Paige here, but I think this match will be better than Joe is going to give it credit for. I said it before. I'm very much a fan of Cole's work in NXT, like his matches with Andrade, Gargano, all of them. Super worker guys, and that's exactly what Paige is. And I think we'll get another one of those tonight. I hope Cole picks it up. And I said tonight, I meant tomorrow. LOL. But yeah, I hope Cole has a good showing. Yeah. Okay, let's get these plugs out the way so we can wrap this bitch up. Mike, where can people find you? What do you have going on?
I do random shit here and random shit there. Sometimes I do post shows on Body Slam. Sometimes I hang out on Jaychele's YouTube channel. Well, like not sometimes. Today, maybe other times. Who knows? I don't think she's gonna have me back after this.
I like you a lot, Mike. Why did you say that?
Oh, I don't know. Nobody hates me more than me.
Yeah,
Fair.
You belong in wrestling media, pal. Good stuff. That's a yeah.
Other than that, I don't know. That's it. My Twitter's right there. I talk about wrestling when it's on, which is, twice a week for me.
Impact
tomorrow.
Yeah, good stuff.
Tomorrow, actually, no, GCW. I watch a fuckload of GCW. I love GCW.
They run a lot, to be fair.
GCW is honestly, I think that's my favorite.
Do you want to make a late night Grin appearance, Mike?
There you
we'll
go.
bring you on the GCW show.
I would
paid gig too. Paid gig, Jaychele, you know that, right? Paid gig.
It is.
It's a different place over there. The Grin is
okay.
It's a different deal. It's like ESPN. Jaychele once said, "This is like ESPN." She said to me, "I said, I know, it's fucking incredible." Yeah. Anyway,
I got paid this morning, so I'm going to co-sign whatever Joe says today.
By the way,
hey,
we did okay, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
I was blown away.
But hey, yeah, I would definitely do one.
Good.
We'll make it happen.
We'll do that. Yeah. Is this where I do my plugs?
Yeah.
You can find me at the Funeral of Professional Wrestling. I no longer podcast. It's my last ever appearance. I didn't want to announce that at the top. I'm going to do it at the end. I will be watching AEW Revolution. But I'll be watching it on my phone as I walk the streets of Great Britain in protest of what's happened to this great sport. If you have a rough idea of my location, kind of walk around long enough, you probably see me. It's late. Not many people are going to be out at that time, latenightgrin.com is where Jaychele will be running things once I'm gone, which is good, right? You did the GC. That was the start. I was getting you ready for my departure here. That's just taking place right now, live on the air.
And how much money do I get?
Well, I get the same amount as you, so you just get you'd then be in charge of doing everyone else's cuts. You could change the whole system.
Sounds great. All the money
rather than
me.
Right now it's split. But if you was in charge, you'd just be like, I'm taking 50.
Exactly.
What are they going to do about it?
I got to go to school.
What could they actually do about it? Seriously, as if Robert O'Neill's going to log on to Twitter and be like, "Hey, Jaychele's," they'd be like, "Who gives a fuck, Bob?"
Still getting paid more than other places.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Yeah. Well, enough of that. LateNightGreen.com, all that good stuff. Support Jaychele, support Mike, support all the good people in this game because there's some bad people. There's bad people, man. So just, have fun. Talk about pro wrestling. I co-sign what Mike said. Watch wrestling you actually like rather than driving yourself nuts about WWF Monday Night Raw. And, Judas in your mind, Jaychele. Go ahead.
Fuck this shit. I've been Jaychele. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Jaychele Nicole. All of my plugs will be at the end of the video in the outro. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. All that good shit. Watch all my Wrestling with Whiteness interviews. And I hope you enjoy AEW Revolution and hopefully don't hate watch it. Also, if you feel nice, read my stuff on SC Scoops. Bye, guys.